All right, gun owners, the November 5th general election is almost here, and I'm Ben Dorr, Executive Director with the Wisconsin Firearms Coalition. And if you support the Second Amendment, you need to make it to the polls on November 5th because you have an assembly race in your district. This is the Clintonville area and north a little bit, right? So if you know where that is, if you live there, this is for you. You have two candidates running to be your next representative in the Wisconsin Assembly, and I'm going to give you the rundown on both of them. That way, when you go to the polls, you have all the information on where your candidates stand. All right, we're going to kick this right off. Here we go. So the first candidate we're going to highlight is Elijah Behnke. He is your current state representative, and I'm very happy to tell you that Elijah filled out his Wisconsin Firearms Coalition candidate questionnaire 100% pro-gun. So we asked him every question that matters, and he answered them all from the pro-Second Amendment perspective. Now, a lot of people do that, but what do they do in office? The truth about Elijah Behnke's time in office is a pro-gun record. He supports constitutional carry. He supports Stand Your Ground law. He supports the Second Amendment Preservation Act. And he's been opposed this entire time to red flag gun confiscation laws. This is what Tony Evers is trying to get passed. It's what a lot of the Dems are trying to get done in the General Assembly is red flag gun confiscation laws. And then statewide gun registration through universal background checks, right? They want to do mandated gun storage. They call it safe storage. It's not. They want to make you lock your guns up. They want to reinstate Wisconsin's waiting period. And Elijah Behnke is an absolute hell no on all of that gun control. And that's why Elijah's earned himself an A rating with the Wisconsin Firearms Coalition. So if you see him out on the campaign trail, give him a thank you for being proudly pro-gun, for standing up for the Second Amendment and not backing down, all right? Now we're going to move on. We'll switch colors here because we're going to talk about Shirley Hinze. Shirley Hinze is the Democrat running to unseat Elijah Behnke. And the first thing you should know about Shirley is that she refused to fill out her Wisconsin Firearms Coalition candidate questionnaire. Now, District 6 is a pretty darn conservative one, and she probably doesn't want to answer on paper what she intends to do if she wins, right? So she would absolutely support red flag gun confiscation laws. If you take one look at her Facebook page, her top picture is her posing with Tony Evers for a selfie shot, okay? Tony Evers is trying to pass red flag laws. He's trying to pass the gun registration bill. Like I said, universal background checks. They want to make it so even if you give a firearm to your spouse or to your best friend or, you know, to one of your children who is coming of age, you have to run a background check on your own best friend, on your own family member before you're able to give them that firearm as a gift or sell it to them. Shirley Hinze supports this. It's absolute insanity. It's what the radical left has passed in Minnesota. It's what they've passed in Michigan. And Hinze wants to join Evers and get it passed in Wisconsin as well. She opposes all of the pro-gun legislation like constitutional carry and stand your ground law, and is frankly an enemy of the Second Amendment. And that is why Shirley Hinze has earned herself an F rating with the Wisconsin Firearms Coalition. That is the information we have on both of your candidates in the Assembly District 6 race. You guys, whether you're voting early or going to the polls on the day of, bring your friends, your family, your neighbors, and vote pro-Second Amendment. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court, many people know this, but it's surprising how many people do not. The Supreme Court was taken over by the radical left, and obviously redistricting has been done in Wisconsin to strongly favor the radical left, right? So right now you have nearly veto-proof majorities in both chambers, and it's very, very likely that come November 5th, a lot of that is turned on its head, and Wisconsin is probably not nearly as as right-leaning legislatively as it has been. That's why it's so important that everybody get out and vote. Take nothing for granted. Especially Wisconsin is a hugely important state in the federal election as well. It can go one way or the other. And we need everybody to get out, vote in favor of the Constitution, vote pro-gun, bring your friends and your family, and let's get it done.